This is the network service of the NTA. We now join our outside broadcast crew for a live telecast. Please stay tuned.
Very, very important gathering here with the caliber of people that are seated here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am personally highly impressed with the turnout of our very distinct personalities that are here. We appreciate you being here, and it's quite an honor. Quickly, I would like to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, for the welcome address by Engineer Ibrahim Usman. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman, Southern Borno Movement for Rotation of Power, Engineer Ibrahim Usman, for the welcome address. Please, a round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Please, can we stand for the national anthem? I think the person who introduced us must have forgotten. National anthem, please. National anthem. Please stand up for the national anthem.
After the count of 2, 1, 2.
Good morning, Nigeria.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Nigerians, you're most welcome to the Maiden Southern Borno Leadership Summit with the theme Borno and the Challenges of Leadership. This summit is basically designed to challenge and sensitize all prominent sons and daughters of Southern Borno, both in Nigeria and in the diaspora, to aspire for key positions in government as they have the wherewithal to effect changes as well as contribute towards the development of the state and by extension the country at large. This event is organized by Southern Borno Movement for Rotation of Power, and far-reaching recommendations are expected to come up before the end of the program on the need for illustrious sons and daughters of Southern Borno to be given greater opportunities in running the affairs of the state. This summit is transmitted to you live from Mamanyaro Banquet Hall in Barwi Hotel, Maiduguri, on the largest television network in Africa, the NTA.
The military and other security agencies for degrading the insurgency and substantially restoring normalcy in the Northeast. We must also salute the courage and resilience of Governor Kashim Shettima of Borno State for weathering the storm of the insurgency and terrorism amidst the assault of intimidation on his person by the previous regime. Well done, Your Excellency, for successfully steering the ship through these very difficult times. With respect to our subject of today, which is bringing to the fore the urgent need for the rotation of power in Borno, we wish to state as follows. It is an indisputable fact that Borno State, since its creation on 3rd February 1976, by the then military regime under General Mohammed Rahmat Mohammed, had passed through several democratic dispensations. It is also true that either by omission or commission, at no time in the political history of the state had any person from the southern part ever got the opportunity to be our state governor. The Second Republic in 1979 produced the first civilian governor, Alhaji Muhammad Gwani from Northern Borno, under the defunct Great Nigerian People's Party, JNPP. The second stanza of that era had Alhaji Ashek Zarma as governor, also from Northern Borno, under the defunct National Party of Nigeria, MPN. Again, in 1991, Alhaji Maina Ma'aji Lawal from the same northern zone was elected governor under the defunct SDP. In the Fourth Republic, Alhaji Malaka Challa from Borno Central was elected and inaugurated governor under the defunct APP in 1999. In May 2003, Senator Alimadu Sharif, also from Borno Central, succeeded Kachala as governor. The incumbent governor, Kashif Shettima, who is also from the same central zone, was elected governor in 2011 on the platform of the ANPP and re-elected in 2015 on the platform of APC. Ladies and gentlemen, while paying special tributes to all our leaders who have contributed their quota to the growth and development of our dear state, the above scenario vividly paints a sad and grim picture of uneven power sharing. Let me repeat. The picture vividly paints a sad and grim picture of uneven power sharing. While the northern and central senatorial zones have produced 3 executive governors each, the southern zone has not yet been so lucky. In spite of these facts, the southern Borno people have always remained peaceful and fully supportive of the governors produced so far. They have demonstrated a common commitment to the oneness and progress of Borno State, irrespective of the leadership. Having been naturally endowed with highly educated, capable, and enterprising people, it is only fair, ladies and gentlemen, it's also just and reciprocal that the southern zone be allowed to take up the baton of the state leadership come 2019. At this juncture, it is worthwhile noting that in 1999, all the political parties in Nigeria zoned their presidential slots to the south in order to give people from that part of the country a sense of belonging and inclusiveness in the Nigerian project. Since then, the major political parties have adopted zoning or rotation of power at the federal level and also same in many states. Doing this not only promotes unity, peaceful coexistence, but also gives room for even distribution of resources and developmental projects that normally come with affirmative action and minority rights. The Southern Borno movement for the rotation of power strongly believes in the promotion of all that is needed to strengthen governance in the state, which goes with the principles of reciprocity, fairness, justice. It is high time for the people of the South to rise and aspire for the highest office in the land, but also remembering to respectively carry along their brothers and sisters in both the North and Central zones through persuasion, negotiations, and transparently allaying their fears, if any. Let me repeat myself. It is very important for all of us to carry along those our brothers and sisters from the northern and central zones through persuasion, negotiations, and transparently allaying their fears, if any. Power is never got on a platter of gold. If we want to have this power, we must learn to also do the right things to get this power. We must convince them that if we get this power, we are going to use it properly. It is a very well-known fact that power rotation amongst various components and interest groups all over the country is being clamored for so as to achieve self-actualization, inclusiveness, and sense of belonging. It is in that spirit that the movement decided to organize this leadership summit with the sole aim of mobilizing the citizens of Borno State to come together and support this project for the common good of all. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to this summit, and we very much appreciate your presence. I am really overwhelmed by this huge crowd. A lot of people have been very skeptical, thinking that we will not get any crowd at all. Alhamdulillah, we have all come out, and that shows that we are all very serious people. And come 2019, we intend to produce the governor of Borno State. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope the guest speaker, who is an erudite scholar, will dwell a lot on leadership qualities and on how our past governors have failed in terms of good governance and inclusiveness. But the term good governance is extremely wide, and explaining what it means will have to be a topic for another day. However, I will say this, it's very important that citizens must see dividends of democracy in any democratic dispensation. Not in terms, dividends of democracy is not in terms of what goes into their pockets or what type of cars were given to them by their political representatives. Or how many free Hajj and Umrah tickets they were given to them. But by how equipped are our hospitals? How good are their network of roads? How trained are their teachers, their doctors, and their nurses? Do they have potable water? Do they have electricity? How secure are their homes? What support does the government give them to encourage them in their farming? What quality of pupils are coming out of the public primary schools? And who are those who get the scholarships to study abroad? Let me repeat, who are those who get the scholarships to study abroad? Are they not only the children of the privileged? Are there good and affordable drugs in our hospitals? Good governance, ladies and gentlemen, must not be about putting up big, well-painted structures in the state capital alone through direct labor and lining up people's pockets. Good governance is about being very sensitive to all parts of the state. It's about providing the necessary social services to our people. It's about ensuring that from Maiduguri, for example, you can travel to Goza, you can travel to all parts of the state within maximum 2 hours, not having our roads very bad and nobody caring for them. Good governance is about ensuring that our children go to very good public schools. Good governance is about ensuring that our hospitals are well equipped, not just by the size of the building, but by the fact that we have good, well-trained doctors. This quest for power shift in 2019 is therefore very noble, progressive, fair, and is based on equity in all respects. It is a clarion call on all well-meaning citizens of the state and indeed Nigeria to ally around this movement and ensure the achievement of its goal, so as to promote harmony, equality, equity, and even development. Long live Borno State. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much once again, ladies and gentlemen.
Another round of applause to the chairman,
That was the chairman of Southern Borno Movement for Rotation of Power, Engineer Ibrahim Usman. He has spoken extensively on the main idea behind the summit. Some of the key issues underscored by the chairman are the fact that the inhabitants of Southern Borno are not only industrious, but are endowed with special skills and creativity. Hence, the need for all well-meaning Nigerians to know that it is now time for them to begin to bring their wealth of knowledge to bear, especially in the political dispensation of Borno State.
Professor Chief Peter N. Lassa, OON, to make some remarks. Prof.
In the name of God, the most merciful, in his blessed name of Jesus Christ, all protocol observed. I follow all protocol observed, please. I first of all want to congratulate the chairman of this movement for organizing this gathering and all the members, as what you have seen. And that's what some of us, older people, want to see the young men to do for our people. My own issue here is very simple. I think we are gathered here, first of all, we must have self-determination. We must be able to determine our life, how we want to go in the 9 local governments of Southern Borno State. And this gathering that we are having here is that all of us are concerned, not just for us, especially people like us, we are concerned about our children and grandchildren. That thing must be done. If we want to succeed, first of all, we want to have all our emirs in the Southern Borno are united. They are united under the chairman of Emir of Biu, because he was the senior among them all. Emir of Biu has been there even more than some of these big emirs that are there. When they go for meeting of emirs and chiefs, we don't have our representative there to present our case from that angle. So we want, and also I want to salute him. During this insurgent, he continued to be with his people. He never left his palace. And that's how people, that's how we want leaders to lead us. Determined, and he has endeared himself to the people. And first of all, before we can succeed in this our movement, our emirs must be united under one umbrella, so that when they go, every meeting that they are there, they will represent our own interests, so that they will not be divided. We, from Southern Borno, we have been marginalized and demeaned in all aspects of life, not only in Borno State, even in Nigeria as a whole. Let me mention just a few. Take, for example, billions of money are being spent for water projects all over the country. You see them being spent. Even they are dredging some rivers. You heard it yesterday. But here is the water for Biu. Has been there for over 45. And nothing is being done to restate that water. The pipes are there, the dams are there. Why should it not be reactivated? And again, hundreds of billions are being spent on road. And I can say now that if you leave View and you want to go to this Howell NA, you can't go. The road is so terrible. Neither can you move from Bayo to View. The road is still terrible, but they are spending billions on it. So this is one of the self-determination that we should do to have development in our own areas. And I want to mention to you, today medical centers are being built all over the place for taking the health care of the people, but none in the 9 local governments of Southern Borno. Federal government should be able to build this medical health center where they can have sufficient trained people that they can do. Federal educational institution, we don't have 9 local government. We don't see the presence of federal government institution. The small college of science and technology that was in Lhasa, people plan even to remove it because it will not be to benefit of Borno State. And again, you remember when we wanted to, federal government wants to take over the College of Education for federal government to fund it properly and to upgrade it to maybe to be a campus of university. It was rejected until the people vehemently came out by force and fought physically before it was not removed. And again, you will recall, now there is a plan for have a military university in view. Our Lieutenant General Brutai is trying to do it, but you know what is happening underground? They are saying that it's too remote for their liking. They say there is no road, there is no water, and communication will be difficult. This is what we are suffering as Southern Borno, so we need to fight back to the self-determination of our people. And again, you recall that Hajia Chiroma was appointed a minister for education. She was harassed. She was demeaned. She said you will not represent the people of Borno State. So if you don't have self-determination, any appointment that we have, any appointment that we will have will be very difficult. So we have to determine ourselves. Again, there was one time now that NTA was supposed to be in view. NTA was going to start to go in view. It was started. It's now in limbo. If there are NTA there, all our program, our culture, our activities will be relayed to the world so that people know that we exist. But this is not there available. They are going to demean it. Because of the presence of federal government security that is not available in our own 9 local governments. That's why the sergeant was able to take Zambiza to make their base, because nobody will know about them. So we need to rise up and now unite, and so that we can determine our fate, so that we can grow, and our children, our grandchildren can have opportunity like any other places. We must be sure of self-determination to survive. If you want transfer of rotation, that's a constitutional agreement that these things should be rotated to move. But I tell you, brothers and sisters, some of you are so young that you cannot look back, antecedent. Our brothers are very adamant. They are very, very, very adamant, and they are very forceful. And starting from Sardauna's time, we saw it when Kashim Ibrahim was made governor, how it came. I remember that when our capital of Northeast was in Bauchi, then I was teaching in Bauchi Teachers College. We are there, how it was forced to be removed. So what we do is that we, as the chairman has said, we should liaison with our other brothers in the northern Borno and central, so that we can agree, so that there is a rotation, peaceful rotation, not by force, not by argument or anything like that. We should have peaceful organization so that we can have this for us. Ladies and gentlemen, we should be careful that sometime they will give us positions that are very redundant, that cannot contribute to any of our people. We should look what is right for us, our own share of national cake. That's what we should look for. We should look for our own national cake according to the Constitution, so that we will unite. Please, let us unite. Let us move away from religious, cultural, and environmental things, so that we unite and be one, like the Yorubas have. Yorubas are so united, whether you are Christian or Muslim, they have their one focus, and that's what we should do. And such things should not divide us. We should become very forceful. We have the manpowers. Let me tell you, our area, the 9 local government in southern Borno, have economy that can survive for our self-determination more than Zamfara I know, more than Ikiti I know, because we have a lot of cotton. We can raise cotton. We can raise cotton. I think we have ginnery in view, which was comatose. We can, in bio we can have tomato and juice and all these things. And in Askira Uba and Chibok and all these things, they are known for grain. And in the hills of Gwaza, lots of mineral there to be towed. So we can determine ourselves, but let's unite. Let's be one. And in everything, let us be one. We pray that God will help you, the young people that are organizing this organization, and those people that are supporting them, that we can march forward and can determine our fate in everything that we do. We wish God's blessing on every one of us and protect us in everything that we do, peacefully, meaningfully, and under God's guidance. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for Professor P. OON. Thank you very much for that very, very straight to the point and very remarkable paper presentation. Jamal Kutafa Mishi deserves more than that.
It is worthy to note that this Maiden Southern Borno Leadership Summit is unprecedented and unique as well. It is unique in the sense that it attracted bigwigs across Nigeria. It might interest you to know that the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, is the special guest at the event. Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima is the special guest of honor, while Professor Haruna Lakwa of the University of Maiduguri is the guest speaker.
I also want to recognize a statesman here from Southern Borno through residing in Adamawa State. We normally call him Mandela Ngarkida. From there, he has transposed to a more higher level because of his love for not just the Southern Borno, but for humanity entirely. He's an elder statesman. This is a man, particularly not from Borno State, but even his resources, he has made sure that he met these things work. Jama ina so ku tafa mishi, he's no one else but Mr. Daniel Richard Wakshama. Jama ku tafa mishi. Yana nan a zaune. Thank you.
We want to recognize the presence of the Secretary to the Government of Borno State, who is representing His Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, Honorable Kashim Shettima. Your Excellency, you are most welcome. I also want to recognize again Ambassador Dauda Alladi, our former ambassador. Dauda Alladi. It's also an honor for us to have in our midst the President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Comrade Ayuba Waba. I also understand that we have Comrade Zanna from the Metropolitan who is here with us. Zanna Shettima, Comrade Zanna Shettima was former gubernatorial candidate of NRC. I think that's the recognition.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Quickly, like I said earlier, we're not going to waste much time into certain things, but we're going straight into the point. I would like to, at this point, to welcome to the microphone, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the keynote speaker, who is going to be coming to speak about Borno and the challenges of leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome to the microphone Professor Haruna Dagwa. Jama Fatava Mishi, a round of applause as he comes. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to stand on existing protocol with all due respect. I've been given 25 minutes for a 1-hour paper. May I express my profound gratitude to the organizers of this occasion for not only inviting me to participate, but to also deliver the keynote address. I would particularly like to recognize the chairman of the movement, Engineer Ibrahim Usman, Mr. Elias Stephen Sheliza, and the ambassador view, Mohammed Ibrahim, for their tireless effort in letting me know about the occasion and persuading me to participate in it. I've been given the chance to speak generally on the leadership crisis or challenges in Borno State, but I have deliberately avoided that focus and decided to talk on a general term in respect of the probable causes of the leadership lapses that made it necessary for us to even discuss power rotation today. We wouldn't have been here to discuss such topic if the needful had been done by our past leaders and ourselves. If the movement for the creation of Savannah State was realized, today's occasion would not have been even necessary. However, we could not do the right thing at the right time. Notwithstanding that, I decided to talk on the issue of challenges of leadership, but within the context of the theme of the occasion, that is rotation of power among the 3 senatorial districts. I would like to first discuss the issue. What constitutes an ideal leadership? And how is that related to rotation of power? Okay, thank you. I decided to face this side because of the fluctuation in the mic. I have also decided to ponder on the issue. Does rotating power alone solve our leadership challenges? And if the power is rotated, what do we do with the rotated power in addressing the plight of the downtrodden? I have a proposition. My proposition is that even if power is shifted, unless we do the needful by transforming and changing the attitude we have to politics, we shall be in square one, because rotating power alone without the change of attitude that goes with it may amount to nothing. We therefore have to bear in mind that the need for the summit on the rotation of power is necessitated, not because it is a solution, but because it is a reflection of the symptoms of the failure of the past leadership. With this proposition, I have gone to address what constitutes an ideal leader. Leadership generally is the ability to mobilize, sensitize, and have the influence on people to know their problems, realize how they could solve it, follow the person who is taking the risk to lead them to solve it, and mainly to make sure that everybody is happy. Leadership is not the ability to load it on the masses or the followers, but to make serious sacrifices on their behalf. In this context, our deliberation this morning relates to what are the challenges of leadership as we face. May I, in short, give you the picture of what I consider as an ideal leader. An ideal leader is somebody who inspires the citizenry, sensitizes them, mobilizes them, and directs their effort towards the actualization of common aspirations which include political, economic, social, and developmental. We dream of political leaders who are transformational, people-oriented, self-opinionated, honest, courageous, fair, equitable, and above all, humble. Who do I have in mind as a model of an ideal leader? Permit me, Mr. Chairman, to give tribute to those I consider have elements of ideal leadership. The first is Ahmadu Bello, the Sultan of Sokoto, former Premier of Northern Nigeria, followed by Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, our Prime Minister in the First Republic, and Alhaji Aminu Kano, the advocate of the masses. When we come to our client, I have some models that I would like to point. Alhaji Muhammadu Goni. To me, he is the epitome of ideal leadership, because when he was governor between 1979 and 1983, every citizen of Borno State felt at home, irrespective of ethnic, religious, and other primordial sentiments or identity. Civil servants were accorded their respect, and they played effective role in complementing the effort of the Executive Council in executing faithfully the policies of the government. They were the true engine room of governors, and the governor paid them special attention, especially to the pieces of advice they provided to him. Appointment, placement, promotion, and the discipline of civil servants followed due process, and they were handled with the utmost transparency. The composition of the civil service was equally cosmopolitan in outlook, as people from all over Nigeria were given places in the civil service. In fact, the secretary to the government was Michael Olawale, a Yoruba man. The type of projects that Governor Goni executed and the spread and equity in their spread bears eloquent testimony to the fact that good governance was experienced during his time. Since this gathering is mainly composed of Southern Borno people, I will not also hesitate to single out Alhaji Malaka Challa for a single policy that he embarked upon which touches the heart and mind of Southern Borno people. He was able to resist all entreaties by self-motivated sectional advisors not to allow civil servants to have access to the houses they occupy. But he have no ears to that. He made sure that the houses occupied by the civil servants were allocated to them on owner-occupier basis. And ladies and gentlemen, that was a saving grace to most of our retired civil servants. Had the governor not allocated those houses to them, they would have been living in destitution, mainly because the gratuities and pensions are not paid as and when due. So for that, I give him a lot of praises. This is not to say that none of the governors did not perform. Some of them performed creditably, and Mr. Chairman, allow me to recognize Ali Sharif's contribution, especially to my community, by giving us a road which has touched the heart of our people for more than 25 years. That is the road between Yumushika, Sakwa, Marama, and Kidang. For that, we are eternally grateful. We should not forget our current governor for the things he has been doing since 2011 to date. But we must sympathize with him because he's grappling with security situation, and for whatever he has not done, probably there is ample reason to justify it. However, I will not hesitate to mention that at least he started something, although he has not finished it. There was a road between Mirnga, Garubla, and Gunda, which was started with fanfare. There is also what is popularly known as Margi Highway, which was also started with fanfare. I don't know the state of the completion of the project, but at least something has been started. We must not also omit the fact that he has done the little he could do within the constraints of the security challenges in respect of addressing the plight of the widows, the orphans, and the disabled. All these amount to the fact that all our leaders, in one way or the other, had played something that is appreciable. May I address the next question? What is the nature of the challenges facing leadership in Borno State? I just want to skip some of the sections. By the provision of Section 14, subsection 3 and 4, the Constitution has given us what is called federal character principle. By these principles, no section should be omitted in either appointed elective or selected posts. These provisions are clear. They do not amount to fundamental rights, but they are part of the fundamental principles of our own state policy, and they must be adhered to. Any state that does not follow it is not breaching the Constitution lightly. Borno State appears not to be following that strictly. We therefore want to appeal to those who are concerned to make sure that when we struggle for quota representation at the national level, those people to represent us must also represent the state character, not a lopsided appointment that only takes care of maybe 1/3 or 2/3 of the senatorial districts. So what is the nature of the challenge in respect of our failure to adhere to the quota system? The main bone of contention is that we are not satisfied with the way the federal character principle is being implemented. We want, therefore, a change of heart so that all the senatorial zones will be fairly equitably represented, and it should also reflect all the political posts, including the post of the governor, if possible. It is already stated that among the 6 past governors, including the current one, 3 came from the north, 3 from the middle, and 0 from the south. This should not be, it must not be, and it cannot be. In short, therefore, we are saying that Southern Senatorial Zone in Borno has the right to produce the next governor, preferably from 2019. But I have alerted you over earlier. My question is, how effective will the rotation of the position of the governor be? I argued in my paper that people are very eager to see that power is rotated to their zone simply because practical evidences and realities show that when you have your son or daughter of the soil at the helm of affairs, what we popularly call the dividends of democracy will start flowing ceaselessly to your zone. This is not to justify that it is right, because it is not constitutionally permitted, but by political exigency, that is the fact. Because of this, therefore, you don't blame any section that has not produced a particular category of leadership to aspire to do the same, because by our nature and physical reality, wherever the governor comes, things also flow. But for those who aspire to be governors, please, when you are tilting services and favors to your zone because you are lucky to have been elected, be aware of 2 provisions of the Constitution. 1, the oath of office. 2, the oath of allegiance. These oaths say that the moment you are in the seat of the governor, you cease to be a sectional representative. You are supposed to treat people dispassionately, equitably, fairly, compassionately, and also in form of self-sacrifices. The challenge of leadership in Borno is that the leaders don't see themselves as leaders. They don't see themselves as servants. They believe they are lords. But the ideal type of leadership that we want in Borno is a servant leader. And that servant leader is a person who sacrifices for the sake of others, makes everything possible for the happiness of everybody, and ensures that nobody is deprived overtly or covertly. I am very unkind here. I classify our leaders as simply people who are representing what is in political science we call elite capture. Our political culture has become what is called booty capitalism, where leaders capture the powers and use all the resources available within the context of their power to divert it for self-enrichment and consolidating their personal fortune, especially politically. And this is, I hope, not acceptable and not admirable for Borno State. I therefore plead for those who aspire for leadership to ensure that they play the servant leadership. What are the implications of these challenges of leadership? For those who might not have followed me, I'm saying that the challenge of leadership is we have created gap between the leaders and the followers. We have made leaders to look like overlords. We have also seen leaders that are selfish and self-centered. We have also seen that the popular masses who should get the attention of the leaders are being abandoned. What are the implications of this scenario? The overt implication of this scenario is what we are doing today. That is, people struggle to get their own share of the pie. And one of the strategies adopted to do that is to ask and request for power to be shifted to their own zone. So I salute the courage of the Southern Borno movement for rotation of power for taking that challenge. You are doing the right thing in the circumstances we find themselves, and don't have any apology to anybody for doing that. I understand that some people are shy and afraid of associating with you because of the little crumbs they enjoy now may not come to them. Don't mind them. Do what you need to do to make sure that your dreams are realized. But as the former speakers have said, we are not on a mission of confrontation. We are not combative. We are not sabotaging people. All we are saying is give us our rights. In the most peaceful manner and the most honorable manner, because we promised that anybody emerging from Southern Borno will typify the general characteristics of the Southern Borno people. When they have power, they are more worried of how they will offend people. They are more concerned with excellence, and they make sure that even their enemies become their friends. So nobody should have the illusion that when a Southern Borno person comes to that position as a governor, things will gravitate completely to the Southern zone. Please be assured that that will not happen. In conclusion, Mr. Chairman, I have sounded some kind of pessimism indirectly by saying that rotating power alone may not be our solution. But I have countered that pessimism by saying also that within the context we find ourselves, it is the only alternative we have. So even if it does not solve our problem, at least it will push us closer to our aspirations. But I have noted 4 things that I would like us to adopt as strategies in coping with our struggle. Number 1, pardon me for repeating what the engineer and the chairman has said. I said that there should be a need for expanded and intensive enlightenment campaign within Southern Borno zone in order to sensitize the electorate to the need for the modality and the actualization of power shift. This is essential because in the past, those who led our own cause had some regrets because people within Southern Borno sabotaged their effort. Some people chickened out that they were not even part of the struggle, and if they will only get their own independence, some of them preferred to be independent under Sardauna State to being under Savannah State. This is indicative of a problem of harmony and consensus amongst us, which should not be encouraged, which should not continue, and which actually should be discouraged. The second strategy I'm suggesting is that within the zone, we should learn to speak with own commonality. Even if we don't support an idea, let's not be our brothers' destroyers. We should therefore attempt from today or use the current forum we have to create a strong formidable forum with which the politicians in our zone would negotiate with other political parties in Nigeria to ensure that all the political parties, as a matter of demand, must include some sections that mandate rotation of power among senatorial districts. This inter-party consultation committee must work in tandem with the efforts already made by existing several fora or forums that exist in Southern Borno. The one that comes to mind is the one that invited us here. But in addition to that, we have Southern Global Initiative. We have a movement that comprises of Askara and Howell and numerous others. Let's take advantage of them and make them the hub of our activity. That is my third point. The fourth and final suggestion, Mr. Chairman, is that demanding for power shift is not an agenda that can be pursued successfully among Southern Borno citizens alone. Shouting to the high heavens in the pages of newspapers or lamenting in their midst, demonstrating platitude about marginalization and exclusion from critical political appointment at the state and federal levels will not give us solutions. It can only help us to ventilate our anger and have temporary political or psychological relief. In that case, therefore, what do we do? What is needed most, therefore, is astute diplomacy, bargaining in all gatherings or fora, and getting and negotiating political formula that will recognize our own plight. And this must be done with candor, civility, and mutual respect. By the time we negotiate that political parties include rotation among senatorial districts, and some political parties very naughtily or stubbornly refuse to do that, I urge the voters or electorates in Borno State to abandon and boycott that party so that only those political parties that have that provision will be patronized. In conclusion, or finally, Mr. Chairman, a quick, decisive, or matter-of-factly discussion with political and party leaders outside the Southern Senatorial Zone will probably be the surest panacea for overcoming the challenges of leadership that is blocking us from realizing our dream. And I wish that we fight doggedly for that. Thank you very much.
Movement for rotation of power has been clamoring for the rotation of leadership since 2014. All that the inhabitants of the zone are asking for is for their indigenous sons and daughters to be given their rightful positions in terms of steering the affairs of the state. It is a known fact that the people of Southern Borno have distinguished themselves in every facet of development, especially the acquisition of Western education. It is on record that Southern Borno has the highest number of intellectuals who have excelled in various fields of human endeavor.
Your Royal Highness, you are most welcome. May I also recognize the representative of the Shehu of Bama, Alhaji Baba Shehu Ajunoma. I also have an apology from one of us, His Excellency Alhaji Ali Abubakar Jatau, former Deputy Governor of Borno State, who would have loved to be here with us, but he is bereaved. His father died about 3 days ago. So he is there at home receiving condolences. That is why he is not here. May the soul of our dear father rest in perfect peace.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Quickly, I would like to further recognize some dignitaries that just walked in. I have Engineer Mulima Joel, Executive Director, Chat Building Authority of Dambuano Kandoma. Please, a round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen. I also have retired General David Buba Shaljaba. Please, a round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen. He's very much around. Good to have you. I also have a former Commissioner of Health, Dr. Salma Anas Kolo. Please, a round of applause for her. She's very much around. And I also want to recognize Honorable Mohamed Tumala, former member, House of Representatives from Goza. Please, a round of applause for him. Thank you. While this is still going on, I'd like to let you know, if you have the program, we're going to take comments by discussants, and we have a list of them. So I would like to, at this point, to welcome to the microphone, according to the order here, Mr. Paul Bassi. I don't know if he's around. Okay, bye, Anna. I think he's on his way. We also have Professor Hawabiu. I don't know if she's around. Okay. I guess maybe she's next on the list. I have Ambassador Dauda Danladi. Ambassador Dauda Danladi. Jama Kutava Mishi. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. These are going to be comments by the discussants right here. You're welcome, sir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency, who is ably represented by my good friend, the Secretary to the Government of Borno, Alhaji Usman Jiddeshua, incidentally, who is also a minority and shares the same aspiration as we do. The special guest of honor, who is ably represented by Dr. Abari, the Director General of NOA. Incidentally, he is from Yobe State and also shares the same aspiration with us. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I please crave your indulgence to stand on the existing protocol. Southern Borno, please, I would like some peace. We should be a little bit silent. There should be silence, please. Now, I want to ask a question. And the question I want to ask, please, can all our parliamentarians, both state and national assembly that are present here, raise their hands up? We want to thank you very much for your courage. We want to thank you very much for demonstrating the courage to come and grace this occasion. For our brothers who are in limbo, please come out. We have come of age. Southern Borno have come of age. Now, what I want to say, is Is it working? Okay. Now the question is, we in Borno are one and the same people. When the Kenem Borno was established in 1455 by Mai Arigaji, he was succeeded by his son Mai Idris, who died in 1524. Now there was a power tussle, and that power tussle was between Yamtarwala and Mohammed, who are both princes in the Borno Kenem Empire. Yamtarwala moved down to Biu and established the Biu dynasty, and today we are the descendant of the Borno Kenem Empire. We are one and the same people. Borno, the southern Borno have contributed to the development of Borno State through the provision of manpower. Teachers in all the primary and secondary schools in the 70s and 80s were from southern Borno. Doctors and nurses working in our teaching hospitals were all from southern Borno State. We have contributed. Unfortunately, nobody was deemed qualified among the top civil servants that Southern Borno has produced to occupy the office of the SSG until in 1998, when through divine intervention, I became the first Southern Borno to be appointed Secretary to Government Head of Service. Now there was apprehension, there was tension, and there were fears. But all these fears came to pass because what we did was to govern based on justice and equity and fairness. Today we in Southern Borno, what we are saying is that there must be justice in employment opportunities in the state. There must be justice in the provision of infrastructure. You visit Southern Borno State today, the road between Biu up to Gombe is bad. Dambua Road is bad. Damaturu Road is bad. Goza Road is bad. Are we citizens of Borno State or not? Are we second-class citizens in Borno State or not? We are not second-class citizens. And therefore, what we are saying is that our northern brothers, please, we should hold frank discussions. We should hold frank discussions based on justice and equity. We believe that power should rotate. That will give us the opportunity for competition. We believe we are one and the same people. We believe we should be given equal opportunities in federal appointments. We believe our children coming from the universities should be given equal opportunity of employment. We believe we should be given equal opportunities in infrastructure. And we strongly believe that 2019, inshallah, Southern Borno will produce the next governor. No doubt. What I am calling on Southern Borno people is to make sure that you register. Make sure you register. Make sure you have your votes. I want to seize the opportunity to thank President Muhammad Buhari and his government for restoring peace to the Northeast and for stabilizing Borno State. Without his effort, we shall not all be here. We also want to pledge our loyalty that the past 6 years of insurgency, Southern Borno has been intact. We have not budged, and we will continue to be intact, inshallah. We also want to thank the governor of Borno State, Kashim Shettima. We know he faces a lot of challenges, but we want him to do more. We want him to please hand over this baton to Southern Borno 2019. Please let him do that. All right, even the minorities in his government, the Shuas, are aspiring for that. They will join us. I thank you very much for listening, and may the Almighty Allah continue to bless and guide us right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, another round of applause for Thank you. Distinguished guests, like I said, we, on the list, after the ambassador, I want to call upon Mr. Hamza Ganjua, if he's around. Next on the list, I have Engineer Mohamed Appagana. Okay. And next, I would like to invite Alhaji Madu Umar Biu. All right.
Speakers and critical stakeholders of Southern Borno there affirming the need for rotation of power for accelerated development of the state, and by extension, Nigeria as a whole. We told you earlier that this event is the first of its kind in the history of the zone. This can be attested by the caliber of personalities on ground and the mammoth crowd that converged on the hall.
The special guest of honor, ably represented by the Secretary to Borno State Government, very eminent members of the high table from all walks of life, I bring you very strong greetings on this occasion of this very important leadership summit organized by Southern Borno, looking at the issues of challenges of leadership. No doubt from the guest speaker's address, Borno and Nigeria is a society that is plural. It's a society that is very diverse, and therefore issues of contestation, issues of agitation have long been part of human society. And therefore, the only way those agitations and contestation, which has been part of our history, can be addressed is also through dialogue. And therefore, it has proven that dialogue remains the most valuable tool to address issues of development. No doubt what we are witnessing here today is also part of what will make Borno State stronger. Because, as I said, all of us citizens from different backgrounds have been put together by God under this state called Borno because of one certain reason. And that reason is that we must work together, we must live together, and importantly, we must look at issues that will be able to address challenges of development. And therefore, I think this is a welcome development. Addressing challenges of development is what is expected and is what will make our society a better society. And therefore, I am sure that my constituency, workers and pensioners, will participate fully in making sure that we have a system that will work for all of us. We have a system that can work for both the rich and the poor. And when we have that in place, because the panacea to peace and development is justice and fairness. And therefore, I think this is a welcome development, and I bring a goodwill message, a message of solidarity, so that we can build a Borno State that will be the pride of Nigeria, the pride of our nation, and we know for sure that in the place of history, Borno occupies a very special place. Thank you, and may God continue to bless us.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I would like to, at this point, to invite to the stage Comrade Hamza Bukar. If he's very much around, please, on the program, I would like to stick to the program as it is. So in that line, I would like to, at this point, also invite, but quickly before I do that, please, if we are sending names, please kindly write them in capital letters.
That was the President, Nigerian Labour Congress, Ayuba Waba, consolidating the speeches made by various speakers.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, ably represented by the Secretary of the State Government, most distinguished members of the National Assembly, our royal fathers, our senior comrade, Your Excellency Comrade, NLC President, Comrade Ayuba Waba, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, I begin by giving thanks to the Almighty God for making this day possible despite all odds. We pray that the Almighty Allah will guide us into a fruitful discussions. It is indeed a very big honor for me to be with this epoch history gathering to give this goodwill message. In 2006, there was a similar gathering organized by the then Southern Borno Youth Progressive Front, with the team laying foundation for peace, laying foundation for peace, equity, fairness, and justice. Today we are here to build upon what the Southern Borno Global Initiatives has been campaigning for and in the forefront in working with the Powership movement to participate in the excellent and exciting summit with the team Borno and challenges of leadership. I sincerely appreciate the opportunity given to me by the tremendous labor and resources, sacrifice, and unfettered commitment of all members who make today's event a truly remarkable and historic one, and to all our people at home who have waited for the whistle and who are inspired by our efforts of our dreams and vision. It is our dream today to finalize the future of Southern Borno as it takes the center stage of Borno politics come 2019. Let us critically discuss the leadership challenges in Borno State and the need for powership come 2019. We must speak and we must decide today. Borno State was created in 1976 and as its first democratic elected governor in 1979. But Southern Borno has never been given the opportunity of producing the governor despite the 54% of the votes that come from the Southern Borno. Leadership comes and associated with opportunities. Leadership influences decisions. We must demand for change. Let us go to the ring. Champions become champions in the ring only. Let us recognize and present our champions. The time has come for change in Borno State. Let us believe in ourselves. Let us emancipate our people. Let us negotiate with the rest of our brothers and sisters in Northern and Borno Central. Let us accommodate our differences. Let our politicians take their rightful position come 2019. Let us reach out to other progressive minds. Let us talk to our politicians to get a ticket to enable us to speak and vote with one voice. Let us utilize our votes. Democracy is rooted in compromise, not conquest. It rewards tolerance, not hatred. Southern Borno has compromised for too long and tolerated enough. It is our turn now. Others should compromise and tolerate for now. We are not only coming today for powership. We are here to demand for fairness, equity in the affairs of things in Borno State. The door of opportunity is open now and destiny beckons us all. There is no going back. We have to move forward and together as comrades speak with one voice. Let us go forward to success. Let us go forward to success. Let us go forward to success. We can achieve our objective through unity and by utilizing our block votes. Any political party that will not give us chance should be told in clear terms. Southern Borno will not vote for any candidate outside Southern Borno. We must produce the next governor come 2019. In conclusion, permit me to thank the movement for rotation of power by bringing our people together. The Southern Borno Global Initiative for giving me the opportunity to be part of this movement. Our parents, our guardians, our leaders, our friends, our brothers and sisters in Borno State, thank you for the opportunity and the making of Southern Borno Governor-elect. Let us direct the affairs of the state come 2019. I congratulate our Governor-elect, inshallah, come 2019 in advance. The struggle is definitely over. God bless Borno State. May peace continues to reign. Our quest for powership is after now. Our quest is genuine and timely. No more duty, no more status quo. Long live Southern Borno powership. Long live global initiative. Long live Borno State. May Almighty God guide you and answer our prayers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I can see the sound is improving. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have a set of people. Hello? Hello?
Another strong message conveyed here by prominent sons and daughters of Southern Borno is that they will not relent in clamoring for the rotation of power until their voices are heard.
We have on the goodwill messages, Hajia Inna M. Chiroma. She's not present. Thank you. I have here Dr. Garba Abadi, DG, National Orientation Agency, and thank you. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, please, I would like to, with a round of applause, if your hands are not busy, permit me to welcome a man who does not need much introduction here, the one and only Senator Mohammed Alinduwi. Please, a welcome to the ladies and gentlemen, our leader. Jama, Atafa Mishi. Our legislator to come and represent all the way to come and be here. It's really, really tremendous. You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Iyayenmu da suke nan da manyan baki da sauran jama'a da suke high table da wakilin gwamnanmu da wakilin minista, jama'a assalamu alaikum. Na yi decidin zan yi magana a Hausa don na yi imani akan cewa dukan mu muna jin Hausa a nan, amma watakila ba dukanmu ne muke jin Turanci ba. Saboda haka zan nemi alfarma in yi magana a Hausa. Ina matukan farin ciki da taron da aka yi a nan, kuma ina so in fara da godiya na musamman ga yayanmu injiniya Ibrahim Usman da kuma kwamiti da suka hada wannan taron. Yan uwa, mu gode wa Allah cewa mun gane a yanzu, ko da suke a turanci aka ce it's better late than never. Wannan taron ya kamata tuntuni an yi shi, amma alhamdulillah ana yin yanzu, kuma taron da ya nuna akwai haɗin kai tunda akwai jama'a. Amma yan uwa, mu gane idan baka so kanka ba wanda zai so ka. Idan kuma ba mu haɗa kai ba, duk abin da muke yi wannan zai zama aikin banza. Babban abin da za mu yi na farko shine mu haɗa kai. Lokacin da shi yayanmu Ibrahim ya ce za a yi wannan taro, na gaya masa shawara na. Jama'a mu haɗa kai. Allah yana tare da wayanda suka haɗa kai komi kankantarsu. Kuma a wannan tafiya na neman yancin Southern Borno, mu duba baya, ina muka taso, ina muke, me ya faru. Ni ina da sanin da kuma da yawa daga cikinku cewa idan baka rena kanka ba, don Allah ya yi ka bisa dalili, to nasara yana tare da kai. A nan a kwanakin baya can akwai babanmu, Allah ji kanshi, ana kiran shi Pindar Kwajafa. Ya tashi a nan da saninmu muna matasa a lokacin. Wannan bawan Allah shi ba musulmi ba ne, kuma mutumin Kwajafa ne kuka sani. Ya nemi chairman na Metropolitan kuma ya ci zaɓe. A lokacin kanmu duka a haɗe, ba maganan addini, ba maganan kabila. Amma yanzu an yi amfani da kabilanci da addini an raba kanmu. Kamar yadda babban mai magana ya yi, ya ce ba wai a ba mu shugabanci din ba. Shugabanci ba a ba mutum. A zamanin yau, da ne za a je a same ka a ce wannan yaron wane ne, yana da tushe, yana da hankali, ya zo ya tsaya zaɓe, mutane su sa shi a gaba. Wani ma mutane ne za su saya mishi rigan da zai shiga cikin jama'a a je a zaɓe shi. Yau kun sani wannan babu shi. Idan kana so ka zama senata, kai ne za ka ce kana so ka zama senata, ba mutane ba. Sai ka zaɓi kanka tukuna, sannan ka je kana neman mutane suna binka. Idan kana so ka zama memba a zamanin yau, ba za a ce wai bari mu jira mutane su zo su zaɓe ka ba. Kai ne za ka ce a zo a zaɓe ni. A zamanin da manya ne suke sa 'yan takara a gaba. Yau ɗan takara ne yake sa manya a gaba. A da maganan addini bai taso ba. Ina da sanin akan cewa yayanmu Senator Mahadi, wanda ya yi senate kamin ni, da ya tashi neman senata, shi da Umar Hambagda da kuma akwai kawuna Audu Likita. A tsakanin gidajensu hanya ne kawai. Kofan Audu Likita yana kallon gidansu Hambagda. Gidansu Hambagda yana kallon su Audu Likita. Amma ni na tashi na gani da safe za su tambayi juna, kai ina za ka je? In wannan ya ce zai je Goza East, ɗaya sai ya tafi campaign nashi a Goza West. Haka muka yi siyasa nan da muka tashi muka gani. Amma yau gashi mun kai wani lokaci wanda mun raina kanmu. To idan ka raina kanka, dole wani ya raina ka. Saboda haka yan uwa, ba sai wani ya bamu ba. Muna da right mu nema, kuma ba wanda ya hana mu nema. Amma duk neman da za mu yi, idan ba mu haɗa kai ba, muna ɓata lokaci. Ni wannan da nake tsaye a zaman senator a Southern Borno, idan ba ku sani ba yan uwa, ina cikin kabilar da is the smallest a Southern Borno. Don yayanmu Senator Mahadi ya sani akan cewa ana ce mutanen village ba sa kaiwa 100. Ko da shike a gidana yanzu ma mun kusa 100 da ya'yana da jikokina da sauransu. A karshe, don an ce time, an gaya mu ma time ya kusa, ni zan ba da shawara. Jama'a mu haɗa kai. Don Allah mu haɗa kai. Last time, an kira constitutional conference an ce mu yi on zonal basis. Ni da Betara ne kawai muka je Southern Borno. Sauran mutane ba su je ba. Yanzu kamar yadda aka faɗa ana taro a nan. Ba mu haɗu duka mun taro a nan ba. To idan ba mu haɗa kai mun yadda mu ne ba, to waye zai ce ku ne? Babu.
One of the icons from southern Borno, Mohammed Ali Ndume, senator representing the zone at the upper chamber of the National Assembly. He emphasized the need for sustained cohesion and peaceful coexistence among the diverse ethnic groups of southern Borno towards achieving set goals and objectives.
If we are not united, we will not get anywhere. And I'm confident that anybody from southern Borno who is qualified constitutionally to contest for the post of governor has the capacity and capability that can supersede everybody. Saboda haka, don Allah yanwa mu hada kai, the sky will be our limit and we will get what we want. Na gode Allah ya sa yadda muka zo lafiya, Allah ya mai da kowa gida lafiya, Allah ya sa a taro nan lafiya. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, most distinguished Senator. Thank you very much. Distinguished Senator Mohammed Ali Ndume, thank you very much. I want to recognize the Eze Ndibo of Borno State. You are most welcome, sir. I also want to recognize Alhaji Musa Yusuf, former Basa of the University of Maiduguri. You are most welcome, sir. Mr. Chairman, may I take your permission to break the protocol and invite just one person, one of us, before we get to His Excellency, the Minister, and also the Governor. May I invite our distinguished friend and our distinguished fighter, Chief Richard Daniel.
Religion, Senator Mohammed Ali Ndume further explained, shall not disintegrate the people of southern Borno and charged all and sundry to continue to remain one indivisible entity.
Because we are here for a serious business. In ba ku yi shiru ba, ni ba zai magana ba. Don mun zo nan, abin da ya kamo nan ya wuce hira, ya wuce sha. Sai kowa ya shiru kafin yi magana. To, zan je in zauna tunda ba kwa son yi magana. In ba yi shiru ba ni ba zai magana ba. No. We have to show capacity that we are capable and we are responsible. Now, let me give you the verdict. My job here is to give you the verdict as to why we are where we are now. First, let me acknowledge the presence of the Governor of Borno State, ably represented by his Secretary to the Government, who, even if the Governor have not sent him, he would have been here anyway. Let me to acknowledge our leader, Senator Ali Ndume. Senator Ali Ndume apparently is our leader. He's the highest elected person in the southern Borno region, as I understand it. Ali Ndume, can you get up so that let everyone know that you are the leader of southern Borno as of now? This is our leader. Now, in my quest to pursue this project, come to Maiduguri, the headquarters of Borno State. I've been here 22 times. I've been here 22 times. I've held 89 meetings. I found out that all the people were alleging they didn't want us to participate in the governance of this state. I found out that it is not true. Of all the meetings I've had, I've met with religious leaders, I've met with traditional institutions, I've met with all tribes. I found out that there are people that hold us in very high esteem. Of all the meetings I've had, it's been of encouragement. And I do understand that the reason why we have not gotten a prominent position in the leadership of Borno State, I want to give you the verdict. The verdict is that it is our own fault. They told me clearly that the reason why you have not ascended to the rulership of Borno State is our own fault. So let's understand that the problem is with us, is not with them. Let's understand that the only person that can help you is you. If you fail to help yourself, definitely you cannot get help from anybody. Na imani har ga Allah, in mun nasu, I kuma find out, I am with Ibrahim Usman, we've been talking for a very long time. And I keep encouraging our people in diaspora. I say, if this thing must happen, it has to be driven by indigenous of Southern Borno in diaspora. Alindu may just said it now. We have commissioners, we have elected chairmen, we have elected House of Assembly members. Only 3 people showed up here to tell you how we have no interest in this thing. When I was coming here, I saw a poster with the inscription, Deputy Governor. How serious can we be if our people are still clamoring for Deputy Governor? I saw the poster outside here. Please, we have said it and we repeat. Whoever put that Deputy Governor poster, he should please now go and remove it. We have passed that stage. Let him go and print Governor of Borno State 2019. Let each and everybody write. In fact, I want even our women to go and print poster Governor of Borno State 2019. Whoever is not serious, let them go and remove this poster today and now. We have passed that stage of deputy. We have done deputy more than enough. Thank you so very much. I want to thank the organizers that during the inauguration, because I know we are going to inaugurate Borno State Governor, I want to cross the indulgence of the people that organize this event to be on hand to organize the inauguration of a Southern Borno Governor. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Richard Daniel. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I understand that we have gubernatorial candidates here in our midst, not deputy governors, gubernatorial candidates. Can they stand up for recognition, please? Gubernatorial candidates, not deputy governors. Thank you. We appreciate all of you. We appreciate all of you. Please keep the struggle on. Time is running out against us. So with that, we have cultural dances and refreshments. So cultural dancers, are you ready? Just 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Are you ready?
An shiga rawan goza daga Bansuwe ana rawan goza. Kun san rawan goza sai ka shirya kafin ka fara. Yawwa jama'a ana rawan goza an gama na Bansuwe. Akwai a samu wanda zai yi. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Goza cultural dance. No wonder all the Goza speaking people are smiling. Wani yana tambaya ko an fara sayar da kuwa. Time. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the Kanem cultural dance, who are able to, within few minutes, give us 3 different traditional dances. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Muna godiya. A cikin rawan goza din sai a hada style wanda ana fita waje. Yawa. Thank you. Mun gode. Thank you very much. Borno State Cultural Group. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, we appreciate. We want to apologize sincerely to a lot of honorable and distinguished people who would want to speak. Unfortunately, time is running against us. Please, we recognize your contribution, we recognize your presence, we recognize whatever you want to say, and we appreciate it. May Allah reward all of you. At this juncture, please let's have some silence so that we can hear from the special guest of honor and also the special guest. Please, can we sit down? Please, drummers and dancers, please, can you just leave the stage for now? We appreciate your contribution. Please, can we have some silence? At this juncture, I would like to call on our special guest, the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, ably be represented by Dr. Garba Abari, the Director General of the National Orientation Agency. Doctor, you are most welcome, sir.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, very ably represented by my friend, my brother, the Secretary to the State Government, Alhaji Usman Jedeshwa, the chairman of this occasion, Alhaji Usman Bukar, Professor Peter N. Lassa, our most respected senior academic colleague, the guest speaker, my friend, my brother, Professor Haruna Dalakwa, all other distinguished members of the high table. Let me first and foremost put on record my sincere appreciation for the opportunity to wear two caps. First, I have been invited by the organizers of this event in my personal capacity. Secondly, I am standing in for the guest of honor, the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, who, as you all are aware, has been busy all over the country and had wished to be here personally, but actually because of the exigencies of office, he has had to send in a delegation. I am standing in for the Honorable Minister, Alhaji Lai Mohammed. Now, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the minister did not send in a prepared text. In my personal capacity, as I was coming, I did not come with a prepared text. But by yesterday and this morning, when we spoke with the Honorable Minister, we were able to share a lot of common areas, and we have found so many places of confluences. This is a historic event to which both I and the minister associate ourselves. This is a democracy. A democracy, the world over, is anchored around three legs. One is the promotion of social justice. Promotion of social justice, promotion and the protection of social justice. Two, encouraging social and political inclusiveness. Social and political inclusiveness. Now, where you are able to get the two, social justice and inclusiveness, then you are guaranteed of the third leg, which is equity and fairness. Equity and fairness. What the Southern Borno movement is all craving for is but actually a request for the deepening of our democracy, anchored around the delivering of democratic principles and democratic efforts. Social justice, inclusiveness, equity, and fairness. Secondly, the Southern Borno movement is also asking for something which is constitutionally ingrained in our constitution. The federal character principle. The principle of rotation, whether it is in appointment or whether it is in elective office. If it is actually a constitutional requirement, this movement is right on course. It is apt Because what we are seeing, therefore, is actually an avid and consistent abeyance with the constitutional provision of our constitution. Nothing outside the ordinary, nothing illegal, nothing combative, but in conformity with what the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria guarantees. And thirdly, is actually sociological context. Every part of every society can produce a leader. And a leader can come from every part of the country and can come from every section of the community and prove to be the best. So what the movement is doing is actually nothing but to ask for equity, social justice, and fairness. In the context of what we are doing today, we have seen that from different sections of this country, this agitation for power rotation has become topical. It has become an issue of our national development challenges. And we do not cannot develop a nation where there is social and political exclusion. What is happening in Borno is likely to replicate in Yobe. It will replicate in other parts of the country. And therefore, it is really in line with the constitution of the country and in an attempt to defend our democracy. Mai girma shugaban taro da kuma duka 'yan kwamiti nazartarwa na wannan taro na yau. Ina mai miƙa gaisuwa da godiya ta musamman saboda wannan karamci da aka nuna mana da ni da shugabana ministan yada labarai na ƙasa Alhaji Layi Muhammad. Suna na Garba Abari, ni ɗan gida ne, ɗan Borno. Menene ɗan gida? Shekara ta 32 a garin nan. Ba wanda zai iya cewa ba ɗan Borno ba ne. Duk ‘ya'yana a na haife su, fiye da rabin rayuwata a wannan jiha na gamata. Ina sake da hula guda biyu. Hula ta farko ita ce hular da aka gayyace ni a matsayina na Garba Abari. Hula ta biyu ita ce hular da aka gayyace da nake wakiltan ministan watsa labarai na ƙasa Alhaji Layi Muhammad, wanda saboda yanayin aiki na yau da kullum bai samu damar zuwa ba, duk da har jiya da daddare yana da ƙudurin niyyar ya zo shi wannan taro na musamman saboda mahimmancinsa. Amma ya aiko ni in kawo sako. Sako da ya kawo ni in na isar shine kamar haka. A cikin rayuwa ta al'umma, musamman rayuwa da ake da ita da ake gudanar da ita ta tafarki irin na demokradiyya. Demokradiyya ana gina ta ne a bisa ƙafafu guda uku. Na farko shine adalci. Duka al'ummar da ba a gina ta bisa adalci ba ta ɗorewa. Ko a gidanka ne ka zama na kai ba shugaba ne mai adalci ba a tsakanin yayanka, to definitely wata rana sai an zo an sami wayanda suka birkice saboda rashin adalci baya ɗorewa. Na biyu, demokradiyya an gina ta akan kafa na biyu. Kafa na biyu shine masu yawa su faɗi yadda suke so, saboda wanda kuma ba su da rinjaye su zama na su ma suna da 'yanci. Ba a take hakkin marasa rinjaye saboda masu yawa masu rinjaye sun dawo a kansu, sun ba mu hikima, sun ba wakil, sun ba komai kansu, domin in aka yi wannan to an gina asashe na rashin adalci. Na uku shine ya zama na kowa an ba shi dama, an ba shi iko. Kowa an ba shi dama, an ba shi iko bisa dokoki waɗanda suke zayyanannu. bisa dokoki waɗanda suke zayyanannu. Kuma dokar ƙasa ta ba wa kowane ɗan ƙasa a ƙasar nan ya nemi abin da mutanen kudancin jihar Borno suke nema, saboda babu wani abu da suke nema saɓanin abin da shugabancin ƙasa ya zayyana. Na ɗaya ke. Na biyu, shugabanci tsarin mulkin ƙasar da kansa ya zayyana akan cewa dole ne a zamana ko da abu ne, ko da matsayi ne na naɗi, ko da matsayi ne na zaɓe, an ba wa kowa 'yanci, an ba wa kowa dama, kuma an zagaya domin kowa ya samu akan cewa ana yi da shi. In ana yi da kai, ana yi da wannan, ana yi da wancan, to an tabbata akan cewa an gina asashe na kowa zai iya ba da gudumawa ya kuma rawar gani. Amma an gina wannan an ce shi ne, an gina wancan an ce shi ne, wanda ba shi da rinjaye an ce ba shi ba, to an gina zalunci, an gina rashin adalci a bisa. Sa'an nan daga ƙarshe abinda su al'ummar kudancin jihar Borno suke nema shine abinda wurare da dama suke nema. Na ga wannan abun an gina asasan shi a jihar Oyo a yau. An gina asasan shi a jihar Oyo a yau. An asasan shi a gina a jihar Ogun a yau. An gina asasan shi a jihar Imo a yau. An gina asasan shi a jihar Akwa Ibom a yau. An gina asasan shi a Kano, duk da suna da addini ɗaya, suna da harshe guda, kuma akasarinsu duk mutane ne mabiya al'ada guda. Har yanzu ana neman a ɗauki mulki daga central Kano a kai shi different part of Kano. Saboda haka wannan ba wani abin na bane. Ni kaina daga jihar nan in ga fita kilomita 100 nan jihar Yobe. Mu ma abin da muke nema kenan, saboda mun hakikance akan cewa in dai akwai abin da za mu yi ba wanda bai saba dokokin ƙasa ba, bai saba kundin mulkin Najeriya ba, bai kuma saba abin da zai kawo wa zaman lafiya ga zamantakewar mu ba, to muna kan bisa turfi. Jama'ar Southern Borno suna bisa turfi. Allah ya kawo mana jagora, Allah ya samu a tafarki mai gari. Wannan shine gaisuwa da fatan alkhairi daga gare ni, gaisuwa da fatan alkhairi daga ministan ƙasa mai na yada labarai Alhaji Lai Muhammad. Yana fatan alkhairi, yana fatan haɗin kai, yana fatan zaman lafiya. Allah ya ciyar da mu gaba, Allah ya ba mu lafiya da zaman lafiya, Allah ya ba mu damana mai albarka, Allah ya kiyashe mu.
Various speakers and stakeholders have admonished the people of Southern Borno to continue to make equity, justice, unity, and love their watchword, among other outstanding qualities for which the people are known for, and the sky will be their limit. At this juncture, we have come to the end of the Southern Borno Leadership Summit, which highlighted a series of pressing issues and, most importantly, the need for prominent sons and daughters of the zone to be given highest positions of leadership in the state, considering their enormous potentials and capabilities, so as to contribute to nation building. On behalf of the outside broadcast crew, I am Abubakar Muhammad Musa, inviting you all to enjoy other programs on the largest television network in Africa, the NTA. Good afternoon.